Is it because I want to improve my leadership skills? Is it because I want to improve my communication as a whole? Well, they're all good things to work on and improve, but essentially, it's all of those. And the term I like to use, and it's a little bit of a buzzword, is self-investment, investing in yourself. To help me explain to you guys why it's so important, I'm going to ask you guys to cast your mind back all the way to 2010 and imagine a dark, dreary office filled with printers, PCs, paperwork, and of course unhappy staff. Now some of you are probably imagining your workplaces, hopefully not. But into that room, I want you to imagine a guy, a young man, handsome man, walking in, the age of 18 years old, his mind full of aspirations, looking forward to what he might achieve in his new career. And of course that person was me. And you're probably, it's not going to surprise any of you, reality very quickly set in. In fact, 2 hours later I was sat at a scanner after my, 100th bit of paper that I'd put into the machine. I was thinking to myself the very same question, why am I here? It wasn't particularly exciting, and that's how that year progressed. I didn't really achieve much, I didn't aspire to do anything, and it's a bit of a great shame. In fact, I think it's a crime that anybody in any organisation should be in that sort of position, but that's a topic for another day. So going forward, a year later, an angel in fact, appeared in the shape of a gentleman called Jamie Haney, and he actually came down as the new general manager. And I didn't know it at the time, but it was going to have a profound impact on my life. He was a very energetic man, very passionate, and immediately he started to ask me to do things I wasn't particularly comfortable with. I was 19 at the time. He was asking me to start doing cold calling, door to door. He gave me responsibility, and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I don't need any of this. I'm 19. I just want to do an easy day's labour and then go home. Now I work up in Romsey with a good friend of mine, and he often tells me this quote, and I quite like it. It's very easy at the end of the day to think that you haven't actually achieved anything. Very, very easy indeed. And it's only by looking back do we realise what we've actually achieved. And often it surprises us because it's far more than we give ourselves credit for. And it's very much the case here, because after several months doing these things that were making me feel awful, in fact I remember thinking, I hate Jamie for making me do these things. I mean, cold calling, these aren't things that traditionally people like to do. But in 3 to 6 months' time, I realised I was far more confident. I could walk into a room full of people I've not met before, and I wouldn't be nervous. I could talk to these people. I suppose I had that eureka moment at that point, and I thought, wow, by stepping out of my comfort zone, I've grown as a person. I've developed and I've got better at certain things. So yeah, that there is a remarkable point in my life. It's a turning point, and it's from there that I now adopt the attitude to say yes. Say yes, even when your mind is screaming no, much like when Laura asked me to do this speech last Monday. She asked me to do the icebreaker, and I was thinking, no, not ready, I've got a week's time. And I said yes. And here I am, I'm doing my speech, and don't get me wrong, I'm nervous, but I think one of the biggest fears we all face is that inherent fear of looking foolish, starting from scratch again, and I think it's harder with age. And it's one of those things, sometimes you just need to jump. You just need to jump, start from ground zero. It's like sports, I suppose. If you, let's say, compared it to skiing, when you first start skiing, you're going to end up on your arse quite a lot of the time. And it can be, it can be frustrating, it can be, you can feel embarrassed. But if you drive through it, if you make that start and you manage to get better, that's when you can start enjoying and reaping the rewards. So with that, I'd like to finish my speech and hand you over to Toastmaster.